Okay, here's something for you guys to visit when you come here to Florence, Alabama. Put this on a bucket list or a place to visit. That's for the disc golf. That has nothing to do with what I want to show you. Although the disc golf is really cool. They got a huge disc golfing course out here. That's a hole 4, part 3, 300 feet. That's not what I come to talk to you about. I come here to talk to you about the U.S. Air Force. That big old missile. That's what we got over here. As far as the sign, Veteran Memorial Park, skiing only, no skateboards, rollerblades, or bicycles. Remember that. Don't bring your skateboards, rollerblades, or bicycles in here. Not allowed. AGM-28 Hound Dog Missile. The AGM-28 Hound Dog Missile was the United States' first air-launched cruise missile. It was made to deliver W-284 megaton nuclear warheads. North American Aviation was contracted in 1956 to build the prototype. The AGM-28 was put into service in 1960. Pratt & Whitney J-52 P-3 turbojets provided the propulsion with 7,500 pounds of thrust. A total of 722 of these missiles were produced from 1961 to 1975. In 1976, all AGM-28 Hound Dog missiles were taken out of service and replaced by the AGM-60 short-range attack missile. And then you got all the schematics and everything down here, the wingspan, the length, the launch weight, the top speed. Man, 1,920 miles per hour. Range 700 miles. Ceiling 200 to 55,000 feet. Oh my goodness. What a beast, huh? Then we come over here to these missiles over here. We got these missiles over here. The Hawk missile. The Hawk missile was the first mobile, medium-range guided anti-aircraft missile deployed by the U.S. Army in August of 1959. The Hawk is a surface-to-air missile powered by a solid propellant rocket motor and controlled in flight by its large tail fins. The Hawk is 16 feet 8 inches long, weighs 1,400 pounds, and has a top speed of Mach 2.5. The Hawk has a ceiling of 58,000 feet and carries a 163-pound blast fragment warhead. This Hawk was deactivated in 1994 and replaced by the Patriot missile. Okay, I've heard of the Patriot missile. Then we come over here to this missile. You imagine that landed in your backyard? You'd be dead before you knew it. The Honest John rocket. The M50 Honest John was the U.S. Army's first nuclear-armed surface-to-surface rocket. It was an unguided 762mm artillery rocket powered by an M6 solid fuel rocket engine. The Honest John was developed at Redstone Arsenal in Huntsville, Alabama in 1950. And first fired at White Sands Missile Range in 1951. That's in southern New Mexico, for you guys that don't know that. Right on the New Mexico-Arizona state line, down there on the Mexican border. Later versions carried a high explosive warhead instead of an atomic payload. The Honest John weighed in at 5,800 pounds and had a range of 25 miles. Production ended in 1965 after more than 7,000 rockets had been built. It was replaced by the MGM-52 Lance in 1973. See, keep off static displays. Then we gotta come on over here. See, we got a big old ship anchor looking thing over here. We got the war memorial placards over there. I'm not gonna go to those right now. I'd really love to, guys, but we got a storm coming in. I just want to get here to these planes and helicopters. You guys can come out here. I'm just letting you guys know this is out here for those of y'all that don't know a whole lot about Alabama and the history out here behind Alabama. World War II anchor. Anchor was used on the fleet submarine USS Baleo SS-265. The Baleo was commissioned in February 1943. She received 9 battle stars for sinking 9 Japanese planes during her World War II service. The Baleo was decommissioned in June of 1963. She was used as a target and sunk in September 1963. Her conning tower, which is now on display at the Washington Naval Yard, and this anchor are all that remain of the USS Baleo. There we go. We got the Florence Lauderdale Veterans Memorial wall right here, commemorating all of our veterans from World War I, World War II, Korea, and Vietnam. We got this big old propeller right here. Goonie Bird propeller. This Hamilton Standard 23E50 505 hydromatic propeller is from a Douglas aircraft C-47 transport plane known as the Goonie Bird. The C-47s operated in both the European and Pacific theaters of World War II as troop and cargo transports, and initiated the Berlin airlift. More than 10,000 of these aircraft were produced by the Douglas Aircraft Company for military service. I know I should be like a tour guide for this stuff, shouldn't I? I'd have to memorize it all though. Yeah, I'm not gonna do all this airplane helicopter stuff here. I know I've already did all the missiles and things like that, and you guys can see all this stuff here. You can see all the war memorial stuff back there. They don't want you to come in there, so keep out of there. So that's pretty cool. I think that right there is going to be the thumbnail for this video. If I can turn around here and get a good enough shot of this, I think that's gonna be a pretty good thumbnail right there, guys. All right, well, I'm gonna get out of here. I gotta make my way south and see if I can't get myself into a motel tonight. It's gonna rain tonight, so I hope you guys enjoy the video. Get out there and adventure. You never know what you're gonna find.